In our top 10 list, we look at unbelievable things caught on camera that you would need to see to believe if they weren't recorded. These clips are nothing short of once-in-a-lifetime events. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. A giant alligator in kitchen. A 77-year-old woman was woken up in the middle of the night by what she thought was an intruder, but instead found an 11-foot alligator in her kitchen. She said, "I had this beautiful face staring at me, as though he belonged there," and she went back to her bedroom to call the police, and played games on her computer to calm herself down, while she waited for help to arrive. Moments earlier, Patricia Pecora had spotted the reptile in the street, while she was delivering newspapers in the area. Police released footage of the alligator thrashing around in the kitchen, after it had knocked over and broken several bottles of red wine. The 11-foot monster crept into her home by breaking a window and slithered onto her kitchen floor. The gator got into a stash of wine, destroyed her kitchen table, and damaged her walls. Terrified, she called the Clearwater Police Department for help, who rushed to the scene along with an animal trapper. On this occasion, the animal trapper successfully managed to safely secure the alligator by taping its mouth shut. It was taken away and will be released back into the wild. Angry bear rescued. It is not uncommon for construction workers to discover strange things underground. But laborers at a site near a chicken farm in Balu, Turkey, had the shock of their lives after they discovered the huge brown bear beneath the forest floor that they were working on. As they smash a hole into the terrain, suddenly the bear pokes one of its paws and its snout outside. It is clearly incredibly distressed by the loud machinery clattering around it and is extremely aggressive. At first, it tries to scramble to freedom of its own accord, scrabbling at the hole itself to try and make it wider. Whenever a piece of metal gets within range, it tries to grab or bite in defense for its makeshift territory before the drilling machine manages to stretch the threshold big enough for him to crawl though. Still, the bear's great escape is not complete, as it has to try to clamber up the slippery dirt to get to freedom. Finally, it gets onto the grass and runs away, seemingly uninjured. A terrifying massive tree cutting. This is a terrifying moment. A man almost fell over 100 foot out of a tree he was cutting back in the 31st of March, 2019. The scary footage shows the unidentified man swinging wildly around the other tree high across the forest ground. The video begins with the woodchucker working to chop off the top of a vast evergreen tree in what looks like a forest. It appears that the man is coming towards the end of his job, as all the branches below have already been cut off, readying the tree to be felled. Finally, he makes the caving through the head of the tree, probably thinking that the few branches above will not cause too much of an issue. Hoping to have made a clean cut, he moves down the tree to allow the top to fall off down to the ground. The man clings to the trunk for dear life as his chainsaw swings at his waist and a green bottle falls the full distance down to the ground with a thud. As the tree starts to calm from the shaking, the man can still be seen clinging closely to the trunk waiting for the nightmarish accident to end. It is believed a rookie ground crew almost caused the potentially severe accident as the man was left swinging around the main trunk. Blue light and sky over Australia. Panic erupted in the Northern Territory outback after a meteor shower caused a flash of light that lit up the night sky and a loud noise which shook windows. The shower over the towns of Alice Springs and Tennant Creek was caught on camera after it took place just after midnight on the 20th of May, 2019. Police CCTV vision recorded the meteor shower traveling across the sky in both Alice Springs and more than 500 kilometers north in Tennant Creek. There were also reports of noise like thunder, rumbling and window shaking. Many pieces of rock, about 200 tons, from space hit Earth every day, but most were too small to be noticed. The ones that are noticed, such as morning's event, were also small, but in this case large enough to be seen burning brightly and colorfully before disappearing into the outback. The green-blue color indicates it had iron. Most do. It probably wasn't that big, maybe 3 to 5 meters. Residents were quick to take to social media after witnessing the shower. Shark encounter. This video provides incredible footage of an unexpected encounter with a great white. The sparse videos he has shared were filmed via GoPro. This particular video, posted in June 2014, shows Terry using his GoPro while jumping off a cliff. The tall cliff was over a body of sparkling water, and he likely only recorded the event to demonstrate the use of the GoPro or share his thrilling dive. Shortly after Terry hits the water, though, he captures something he was completely unprepared for. As he begins swimming underwater in an attempt to reach shore, a large white mass can be seen slowly appearing as it approaches the camera. Within seconds it becomes clear that this figure is a great white shark. Gargled yelling can be heard by Terry as he becomes motionless. In a struggle to swim to land, or at least a tall rock, Terry comes face to face with the shark many times. At one point, he even swats his hand and yells, as if to shoo the shark away. During this whole ordeal, the great white seems fairly unfazed by Terry's presence and even his motions. Luckily, Terry makes it to shore safely. Perhaps the most fascinating thing about this footage is just how unexpected it was. Terry was clearly not a skilled diver exploring underwater wildlife. He was just swimming and seeking a thrill. A strange miracle. What is shown is nothing short of a miracle, and the fact it was caught on video is even more astounding. The ordeal was caught by a camera which sat over a couple parked cars, but had a decent view of the busy road nearby. Everything happens quite quickly, so it's important to pay attention. A man is bicycling on the side of the road when a large black truck speeds by him. It's unclear if the truck hit the man or simply knocked him off path. Either way, the very second that the cyclist starts to fall to the ground, a mattress falls from the back of the truck. In a swift motion that seems nearly impossible, the mattress slips underneath the man and saves him from touching the ground. The mattress carries the man as it bounces and skids a few feet before stopping. The rider sits atop the bed, clearly confused and shaken. He looks around him, specifically at the new mattress lying beneath him, for several minutes before getting to his feet. Several people walk up to make sure he's okay and to get a closer look at what just happened. There are no words to describe just how impossible this is, and the footage, though quick, is amazing. Avalanche. In this video, which was posted online and went viral shortly after a skier faces an unexpected obstacle while taking on a massive mountain. Just after heading down the mountain, an avalanche occurred out of nowhere. The skier was quickly covered by the immense weight of snow. His helmet camera caught the whole incident, from the start of his ski to the snow engulfing him. After he realizes what has happened, he begins yelling for helping and trying to get air, which can all be heard in the video. Lucky for him, two friends witnessed the avalanche and quickly ran down to save him. One man can be seen on the video, quickly digging the snow away and pulling the skier out. He gasps in an effort to breathe and seems to be sobbing. He was very lucky to walk away from this, and was even more lucky that friends were nearby. Otherwise he could have been trapped under snow for hours or even days. Action flick on bike. In this case, though, someone's dash cam caught something you're not likely ever going to see in your life. While going down a two-lane highway, the black car to the right begins to merge quickly into the left lane. In a matter of seconds, a motorcyclist also speeds from the right lane into the left. Both vehicles are going fairly fast, and it's likely that the cyclist didn't even see the car was getting over. The cyclist hits the back of the car and his bike is immediately blown into a mess of debris and dust. Somehow, at the very moment he hit this car, he flew into the air and landed on the top of the car. Now, in any other case, he would have been thrown into the middle of the road. Not only did he get thrown perfectly on top of the car, he even managed to land on his feet and gain enough balance to not fall off as the car came to a stop. Though the car that carries the dash cam stops, you can still see the cyclist riding atop the second car for a few feet, just crouching in place while staying balanced. This incident is the epitome of miracle. Burglar stolen a vehicle. An alleged drug offender and burglar tried to outrun police in a pair of thongs after they discovered him in an allegedly stolen car on the 17th of May 2019. This dashcam footage from a Sunshine Coast police car captured the moment officers pulled up to the allegedly stolen Mitsubishi Lancer on Thursday as the alleged offender sat in the driver's seat. As the officers got out of their car to confront the man, he quickly jumped out of the Mitsubishi and took off running down a quiet suburban road, kicking off his thongs at the same time. Officers are filmed giving chase, but the video cuts out soon after. The dog squad had to be brought in to track the man's escape path, and he was arrested a short time later at a nearby unit complex. And police will allege they also found drugs, cash, and alleged stolen property including passports and firearms linked to a burglary inside the unit. The man was arrested at the scene and was charged with 1 count each of unlawful use of a motor vehicle, burglary, obstruct police and unlicensed driving. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With this being said, let's begin.